Bang on time. Hey, Gregory, guess what? Some passengers are saying that I was the fastest engine and smarter, and I could go fast as 100 or 190 miles per hour as I've ever want. I'm sure I was a best express for...
Okay. Rob, I know you just want to be a smarter and faster, but it doesn't mean that you are being cocky. Have you forgot the time when we have an accident during that stupid race?
Too late when they realized.
At least we won't happen again. But if we could have a race for the rematch and see who is smarter and fastest or the quickest. I'll see you tomorrow.
Rob thinks he was the smarter and fastest on the entire Maple Railway. He's just talking like nothing but speed and showing off. And add to that, he wants to rematch the race with me, again.
Why, that sappy swabs who thinks you could beat that race again. He just too eagerness with his own good.
I think Jamie was the fastest and he could pull the express, but he's not showing off as Rob.
Jamie is just too playful and joyful to show off like Rob. But for Rob, of course, all right, you two. You must both take a different tracks across the Maple Railway and delivering with all these good trains to the other side. And be careful with that sharp curve that you could...
Yeah, you don't need to push off of the limits, Yandal. I'm completely fine and safe, especially with my health insurances.
Are you ready? Get set.
Rob, slow down. There's a sharp curve ahead.
Haha. You see, Gregory? I told that I was... Holy shit!
Jesus Christ. Rob! Are you all right?
Oh, Gregory. Maybe we should cut out short for a race. I just couldn't help it myself when I was being boastful to you, but I'm not as smarter and faster as you are. I'm sorry, Gregory. I shouldn't being full of myself.
Yeah. And you know what, Rob? Let's just stick to the really useful engines. And it doesn't matter who is as smarter or faster as any other engines. You know I was smart and fast too, but you are same engine as me. We both pulling express and goods at the same roll. I was built from LNER. Unfortunately, I was at Darlington Works, which is the same as you are now. And for now, I'll go for help.
I don't think you can't go anywhere.
And then why is that?
Because you've run out of water.
Damn it!
Every year on the Maple Railway, the summer heats kept everything hot, especially the rails. When the sun was getting overheated, the rails might cause to buckled and bumpy if any the engines could be cautious by the bumpy rails and driving slow and safely. But if some engines could derail, take a look example with Red Ted.
Is this mean a plot conveniences?
Well, duh. Anyway, some engines should be careful with those speed when they go on the bumpy rails, because it might get any worst conditions ever yet. However, that wasn't a case. One morning, Jamie was taking some fruits to the market.
Oh my, that doesn't sound good. I must tell the others about this.
If the stout director should have his railway insurances to fix that rails,
Soon, Jamie spread the rumors about the worst condition of the tracks.
Gosh, that was terrible. I hope they fix the tracks soon as possible. Who knows what we get? Far for real.
Whatever he talks, he is just a buffoon jester.
Really?
Hey, I'm not sort kind of buffoon jester, Yandel. This is serious.
Who cares about your warning, Jamie? Besides, I must keep the timetables turning and the passengers wouldn't keep wait any longer.
Really?
I must be off. Goodbye, suckers.
And Yandel puffed away with his train.
Stumblebrain.
Never mind, Jamie. He knew what is coming to him, and let's see what happens.
Meanwhile, the sun was already overheated the rails, and it made more buckled than before. But Yandel was so busy self-confidence, he forgot it. Now see, ladies and gentlemen, Yandel will be becoming an asshole, and let's see what happens.
You stupid bastard. Now look what you've had done. You nearly killed with some of your passengers.
Yandel, this has caused massive legal trouble and you've had 5 passengers' injuries and some are sustained serious. Jamie told me about your unnecessary comments given to him and because of that, I will send you into the scrapyard because of your careless.
No, not the scrapyard. It's too cruel, you know.
Or I shall punish you at the sheds instead sending you to the scrapyard. You could forbidden with your express train until further notice. Now, we need to fix that bumpy tracks. However, maybe you could join the maintenance duties and fix those tracks. Yandel, what did you think of that decision?
Well, Yandel, we live and learn.
what kind of a place is it?
This is Mapleson Station. Where are you from?
I'm from that goddamn circus, and then out of nowhere, someone teleport me there.
The circus? Wow, are you really a jester?
Yes.
Well, my name is Tom. What is your name?
Oh my god. I can't remember my name again.
No name? How strange. Anyway, this is my home of the Stout Directors Railway, and you could explore around here.
What's going on here? Oh my god, it can't be. The real Jester girl from the digital circus.
How did you know?
My driver told me that his daughter who just watched TADC and that Jester girl named was Pomni.
Pomni? Is that your name, Pomni?
Yeah, but...
Oh boy, I can't wait to tell others about this.
Rob, please don't get your shit brain out of this.
There's also a joyous engine on the Maple Railway, which was Jamie. And he also a good friend Jackie after their deal with Justice. One day, as Jamie came to yard, when...
It sounds like Jackie. Are you okay, Jackie?
Oh, Jamie, I don't feeling good.
Stay there, I'll call the doctor.
Well, sir, Jackie need to go into the repair yard if she doesn't feeling any better soon.
Well, Jamie, it looks like you're in charge for the deal today.
So that means...
Soon Jamie was taking over with Jackie's duties. I must go right now.
Wait, where are you going, Mr. Narrator?
To my dentist appointment. I won't back until the next day. Jamie, you could take over as a narrator now, while during the episode. Good luck.
Okay, that narrator was off cast, but I don't know how to make a good narration. So first, I was shunting coaches for Rob and I was... Oh shit, Rob is gonna kill me. And I was desperately to get over Jackie's work, that's for sure.
Hey, watch out! Wait.
Oops, sorry, Jerry. For the rest of the day, I wasn't thinking about shunting, and I wasn't...
You stupid bastard fucker twat. Why don't you watch where you're going?
I wasn't paying attention. Ow.
Dear God, Jamie, how did you manage for that mess?
So I decided to pay the visit of Jackie that how she was doing.
So, Jamie, how was a busy day at the yard?
Well, it was okay, actually, despite with my little mishap.
But you're done good so far, taking over the yard for me, and you're always such a good friend.
And that's the end of the episode, folks. See you next time.
Brett and Brett, the twins' engines, who were both working at the Stout Director for quite some time, and they're both working together. Sometimes the twins were both arguing, which made a other disagreement. One night at the sheds, the other engines were exhausted from extra hard days' work, and they wanted to rest, but Brett and Brett were both talking at the sheds.
You know, back in 1910, we're working on London Brighton and South Coast Railway for many years. We worked during the First World War without any incidents.
That's because you've crashed into that ammunition and blow everything up in New Haven.
Hey, it wasn't my fault if that ammunition got blown up in the tunnel. You crashed into a washout while you're pulling a goods train.
No, It's just a small accident, which is compared to you.
No, I'm not.
It is too.
No, I'm not.
It is too.
That's enough, both of you. You made poor Jamie couldn't sleep.
That sappy swabs.
But silly Brett and Brett were both bickering so much that the other engines have to find somewhere to sleep in other places, and left Brett and Brett alone at the sheds. The next morning, they refused to speak at each other all day long. Later that day, the stout director came to see Brett, and Tom.
I need a engine who could take a goods train and trip down to the mainland. Only one engine who needed to go there.
Me, sir, I'll take a train.
And the job is yours.
Are you two going to miss out at one another? I know how I missed my own siblings back in the day.
I should work my own without you getting in your own way.
I'm going to mainland right now. See ya.
Soon he arrived on his destination.
You're done good. Please drop off the trucks and then you could go back home. Sorry to spoiled about everything. The large diesel, who was carried a goods train, was derailed due by the points and damaging the rails. I'm afraid you're going to stay here.
I guess I miss my brother.
Hey, I'm trying to sleep here.
Huh?
You know what I'm talking. Talking about your brother all night. And who is he anyway?
Oh, sorry for the disturbing your rest, but I'm just really missed my brother.
Oh. And where are you from?
Eight Maple Railway.
8 Maple Railway. Interesting. I was used to my old railway where my siblings have been working in years before we all withdrawn.
What happened?
In 1929, since I was being built by Doncaster Works, I have so many siblings, which is my brothers and sisters. We pulling articulated suburban passengers, pulling rolling stocks, and even empty coaching stock trains. We working hard for 26 years before we all withdrawn from service. None of my brothers and sisters were survived. One only I cared about my brother is Edward, and I hope he survived or not. I hope it won't happen to your brother like this, and you're taking care of him very well. Just make sure you won't be contentious towards your brother like that. You'll never will what will ever happen to him.
What the? Where did he go?
Meanwhile, at the Stout Director, Brett was feeling depressed.
Is everything all right, Brett?
I'm just a bit fallout.
I understand about your brother, but why are you pulling a long train? Was Brett going to help you for that?
Brett is still on the mainland. I hope he will coming back soon. And now, excuse me, I need to pull this train.
Good morning. I have a good news. The tracks we're led to go home was under-repaired, but it takes 3 days to do so.
I know, I need to find a different tracks to get back home. Narrator, how come you're not talking?
Oh, sorry, I was being silent for this whole thing. But this episode nearly got to the end for this part, so I didn't need to narrate it anymore.
Okay, that any case, I need to go left.
Brother!
Brett, what happened to you?
Well, I had a nasty accident with a goods train. So I'm fine, just a bit major damaged. But I'm glad you're okay.
Hey, look. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Don't argue who is sorry. Just be glad we were back together again.
Is everything all right, Jamie? Are you feeling sick today?
No, it's just, I've had nothing to do when I have extra time off.
At least we could find something to do around here. Wait a minute, I know the place. Reminds me of my old father take me to the forest when I was feeling blue. It was such a beautiful nature.
You know what, driver? That butterfly, Will made me cheering up too.
It was a beautiful day of, wait a minute, this is Engines of 8, not the digital circus. Get it right. Now Red Ted, the radical engine, who working in 8 Maple Railway for quite a while, sometimes when he was pulling passengers, but sometimes when he tried to pull trucks, something went go wrong. That's I want to know about him. One morning, Red Ted was chilling at the sheds when the stout director arrived.
Red Ted, I like you to collect some eggs and taking it to the market, so I need to cook some breakfast for every morning.
Yes, sir. Red Ted was worried for a moment. He remembered how messy the eggs were. He wanted to exchange to other jobs, but he need to collected some eggs anyway. Soon Red Ted arrived to collected the vans full of eggs. Clara was there too.
Better be careful, Red Ted. These vans are really troublesome today.
I will try, Clara.
And watch out for that hill as well.
Soon the journey went smoothly, but the vans started to give him trouble.
Hold back! Hold back! Hold back! Hold back!
Come on, come on.
Then he came to the hill.
Come on. I wish I haven't taken eggs for months now. Finally. Huh, what the? Wait. No, stop. Aw, man. Now I'm in shambles.
Soon, the stout director arrived at the scene and he was displeased.
Red Ted, you caused a great deal of confusion and delay. Not only the confusion and delay, but your eggs got spoiled. It's like what happened to me when my wife who got pissed off at me for ruining some eggs, and we won't able to eat a poor ruined eggs. Not to mention my wife just left me and went to Italy.
I'm sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
And so, a few weeks later, Red Ted arrived safely to the destination with new eggs, and the market was begin to selling with eggs. There's no messes for Red Ted, and there's no gambling business. Just being Red Ted.